Hi everyone, Greeno here and welcome to another video here on Greeno Eats. Now today, for the first time in about 7 or 8 years, I'm in a Wetherspoons pub. I have not been here for a long time. A couple of reasons for that. As a former publican myself, I'm not too fond of the policies of Wetherspoons, both in terms of how they prepare things as a rule, and basically how during their very aggressive expansion 25 years ago, they put a lot of really good sort of pubs out of business. I know you can argue that they were offering something cheaper, but yeah, they caused a lot of problems to a lot of people's livelihoods. Also, Tim Martin, the founder and CEO, or chairman, or whatever he is, of the Wetherspoons Group, is, in my opinion, one of the most appalling humans in the UK. I fundamentally disagree with almost everything he stands for. So, that being the case, I have not been in here supporting the Wetherspoons business for a long time. But today I noticed that it's the very first day of their Christmas menu. So I thought, come on Greeno, put all that behind you, come in, give it a fair review. I know there's a lot of people out there who like Wetherspoons, aren't too bothered about the owner's politics. And it would be good for them to see what's available on the Christmas menu. So they got all sorts on there. There's like a Christmas roast dinner, there's a couple of Christmas themed burgers, Christmas pizzas. But what I think I'm probably going to go for is just the bog standard roast turkey lunch, and we'll see how that fares in Wetherspoons. So let's take a look at the menu, let's take a look around, and we'll see what we get. So the Wetherspoons I am visiting is situated on Poole Quay, which is already being prepared for the festive season. This pub has one of the less imaginative Wetherspoons names. It's just the Quay. It has the familiar Wetherspoons interior, dark wood furniture, traditional pub carpet as you'd expect. I'm visiting on the first day of the new Christmas menu, which includes turkey with winter vegetables, Christmas themed burger options, and unusually Christmas pizzas. You can also get themed paninis and a couple of special desserts. I've plumped for the turkey with winter vegetables, which comes with a beer for £16 and 4 pence. The beer I chose was an Abbot Ale. Pretty good it was too. The meal comes with 2 little pigs in blankets, a stuffing ball and mashed potatoes. Sliced turkey and roasted vegetables all covered in gravy. A little pot of cranberry sauce on the side, and overall it looks okay. But where are the roast potatoes? Closer inspection revealed the turkey was of the pre-formed, thinly sliced variety though. This is a little disappointing. So we'll start with that turkey, slathered in gravy. It was okay, but with a very sweet flavour I couldn't quite put my finger on. I tried it again with less gravy, and that seemed to confirm that it was in fact the gravy that was the source of that sweetness. Weird. Mashed potato up next, and it looked to have a good consistency. Thick but smooth and buttery. Nice, even though it had clearly been microwaved. Onto the carrots, which could have been prepared better by removing that unattractive top bit. I had to do that myself. There, that's better. But the carrot itself had the strangest texture, hard in places, soft in others, and quite unpleasant to eat. A theme which continued with the parsnips, which were cut into a medium dice, but were so mushy, really horrible. Things improved with the pigs in blankets. We all love pigs in blankets, right? This came with 2 small ones, but they looked good, and tasted good too. One of the high points of the meal, to be honest. Time for the stuffing, which I was a bit nervous about as it mentioned apricot and cranberry in the description, and I thought it would also be very sweet. But it was okay. Not overly sweet and quite well balanced. Peas are peas, but these were nicely cooked. Time to refresh the palate with a swig of beer before continuing with the lunch. I managed to eat most of it, apart from those god-awful vegetables. Right then, folks, so what do we make of that overall? It was okay. The turkey was tasty enough, although clearly sort of processed turkey, not the best quality meat. You can see that from the way it's obviously pre-processed, pre-sliced, nothing hand carved going on here. But it was all right. It was tasty enough. The stuffing was actually better than I expected it to be. With the apricot and cranberry in there, I thought it'd be really sweet, but it wasn't too bad. I'm very much a sage and onion man generally, but I thought it was okay. It was okay. The mash was nice. It had a really nice consistency. It obviously had been reheated in the microwave, but it was nice. Yeah, it was very smooth, quite buttery, pretty tasty. Okay, now for the not quite so good bits. So the veg, the carrots and the parsnip were pretty much inedible. The carrots had the sort of tops left on a little bit, so I had to cut them off. They were a weird combination of being both too hard and too soft at the same time. Not quite sure how you achieve that as a chef. Microwave use again involved, undoubtedly. But yeah, they were such an awful consistency, terrible texture, and the parsnips were just grim. Absolutely grim. The peas were good, mind. So that's not too bad. I do like peas, and these were nice and fresh, not been hanging around too long, so that was good. The gravy. Now, I've had custards that weren't as sweet as that gravy. It was dreadful. In fact, I had to try and scrape it off of as much stuff as possible. Thankfully, it had mainly been poured over the carrots and parsnips, so it wasn't too much of an issue. But yeah, not brilliant really, to be honest. Oh, and I forgot the pigs in blankets. They weren't bad actually. Just little mini cocktail sausages wrapped in bacon. They've been crisped up quite nicely. They were tasty enough. You could pick up both the flavour of the sausage and the bacon independently. So yeah, they weren't bad at all. Now, let's think about this price. So, here in Poole, I don't know whether this is going to be the same around the country. I know they have a fairly dynamic pricing structure at Wetherspoons these days, and certain pubs in certain areas are cheaper than others. I guess down here, right on the south coast, right on the quayfront, it's probably going to be one of the more expensive places. But this was £16 and 4p with an alcoholic drink. Now, I got a pint of Abbot Ale, which, in fairness, is pretty tasty. Not bad at all. But that's £2.99 here. So that means that the plate of roast dinner has come in at just over £13, £13 and 5p as part of that combination deal. Now, that's more expensive than the Toby Carvery, certainly midweek as well. And would I rather have a Toby Carvery? Sorry, there's a little fly buzzing around. I'm trying to get out of the way. Would I rather have a Toby Carvery? Absolutely. You can pick what you like. You can see the meat being carved. You know the gravy's going to be good. You get Yorkshire puddings, all that sort of stuff. So for me, it has to be said, I've tried to come into this with an open mind, even with my personal feelings about Wetherspoons and the company and the owner. But it just wasn't great. It was no more than a 5 out of 10 for me. Having said that, I don't come to Wetherspoons. Is it something you guys would like to see more of on my channel? I know they do a lot of really budget-friendly meals, and probably the staples of things that they're best at, and they're probably pretty reasonably priced. I don't think this one was reasonably priced particularly, but a lot of the stuff they do, especially on the deal days in the weeks, certainly is a bit more reasonably priced, isn't it? So let me know in the comment section below if you'd like to see me come back and try some different food here. Okay, so that's going to be it from me for today. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget, click a thumbs up on there for me. It does help with the channel. And if you're new around here and you like what you've seen, just down there somewhere is a subscribe button. If you press that and ding your little bell for notifications, you will not miss anything that comes up on the channel. Okay, I'm going to finish my pint and then time to head home. I'll see you on the next one. Merry Christmas. It's November.